So once again, we have a nice extension here, a little bit irregular, but I'm going to shape this down to size to make it a little more ideal before we take our final impression. Same thing on this side. Now this side, I was able to get the nice thickness and rounded look, and this side is a little bit knife edge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and just add some material here on the outside, place it back in, and we'll get Robert to move his tongue and shape it for us. But before we do so, he mentioned that this side is a little bit on the high side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it back a little bit so it doesn't bother him. And only do this with a nice sharp blade, fresh blade, okay? And I won't bother too much with this now because I like to cut this back with the big white wheel that you guys have in your kits, or with a permanent soft liner burr. Now, this area we have to trim back, and this is a little bit overextended a little bit, so I'm going to trim this back before we take a final impression. So back on our impression gun here, we're going to place on a new tip. I think I have enough material on there. So I'm going to wipe this dry just a bit and introduce a little bit of material on here just to create the nice thickness in the roll. I always get a good sense of success in terms of the denture treatment when I have a nice set of final impressions. So, and this border mold stage will really set up your final impression to either work or not work. So I'm going to smear that off here. So I create a little more thickness there. We'll place it back in Robert's mouth and he'll be able to shape that for us. All right. And nice and relaxed for me, Robert. Open a bit. There we go. Bit of a stretch. Relax your lips for me. Get it into position. No rush. Now a little more difficult to get it in there because of the undercut. There we go. Okay, gently roll your tongue to the right side for me, Robert.
It's hurting on this side.
It's hurting? Okay, I won't.
Not down.
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, roll your tongue to the right and left. And out towards me a little bit. Gentle swallow. Good. Is that hurting you at all there?
It's still too high.
A little too high there. Okay. Trim that down to size before final impression. But as I'm putting some pressure on it, it looks fairly stable and it feels very stable. And it's going to improve tremendously once we do a wash impression with a little more accurate impression material. So I'm going to remove that out. And right there.